Today I received my 25-pounder and Morris quad box from the Plastic Soldier Company. I backed Plastic Soldier Company's Kickstarter campaign to fund these earlier in the year, so I've been waiting keenly to get my hands on them. I haven't got time to build them today, but I just wanted to do a quick in-box review so everyone could see what they look like. The box set comes with 4 gun sprues and 4 quad sprues. As you can see from the instructions here, there are lots of alternate parts and options that allow you to build a variety of guns and vehicles. In fact, there are so many parts you can almost build 2 sets of guns from this box. It's only short a few wheels. I'm sure this shortage can be overcome. This is the 25-pounder gun sprue moulded in medium grey plastic. Detail is crisp and there is only very little flash or mould lines on some parts. This will easily clean up. Here's a close-up of the gun shields. The lower shield is for the 18 25-pounder. This was an early war stopgap version of the 25-pounder created by fitting the new 25-pounder barrel as a liner into existing World War I era 18-pounders. Above that are 2 versions of the gun shields for the standard 25-pounder. 2 gun trails are included. The angled set is earlier while the straighter set is for later war guns. There is also 2 versions of the firing platform, wider for early war and narrower for later. This firing platform allowed the gunners to easily traverse the 25-pounder, making it easy to engage targets in any direction. When mounted on this platform, the gun can be traversed by one man with a gun spike. Next are the gun barrels and limber. The limber, on the left, carried tools and ammunition in specially designed racks. It was towed directly by the quad, with the gun attached to the limber. There are 4 gun barrels here. Starting from the bottom, this is the 17-pounder barrel. The 17-pounder is an anti-tank gun, but during development in 1943, 100 early prototypes were mounted on 25-pounder carriages and sent to the Western Desert to counter the threat from the Tiger tank. This version was known as the Pheasant, and it's an interesting option to include here. Moving up, this is the 25-pounder Mark II barrel with the Solothurn muzzle brake. This was the standard configuration late in the war and was widely seen in northwest Europe. Next is the earlier Mark II barrel without the muzzle brake. This was common in the desert in Italy. The top barrel is the 18 25-pounder, a composite expedient version with a 25-pounder liner inside an old 18-pounder gun. This was operational at the outbreak of the war, but most of these were lost in the Battle of France in 1940, abandoned as British troops evacuated at Dunkirk. Detail looks good and crisp, but all these barrels have noticeable mould lines that would need to be cleaned up during assembly. The rest of the sprue is taken up with crews. There are 2 complete crews here. These ones are in short-sleeved 8th Army desert uniforms, while these are in full-length battle dress suitable for other theatres. The netted helmets on these figures suggest late war Northern Europe. The poses are very similar, it's just the uniforms that differ, but a nice touch to have both crews in plastic. Useful for the bits box. Next up is the Morris C8 quad. This vehicle was the standard field artillery tractor used by the British and Commonwealth forces to tow 25-pounders. These 4-wheel drive vehicles were developed by Morris and entered service in 1939. They could carry 6 men and up to 24 rounds of 25-pounder ammunition. The unusual sloped-back shape of the body is meant to make these vehicles easy to decontaminate following a gas attack. Here's the sprue. Again, it's a sprue of medium grey plastic and includes optional parts to make different versions of the vehicle. The side body panels here show this is a crisp moulding with good detail and no flash. Sorry about the cat hair. These are alternative roofs. The enclosed metal roof with ventilators is for the Mark I and some early Mark II quads. Later Mark IIs had the open roof. The kit parts here also give you a canvas cover for the opening in this later version. Given there's no interior details inside the vehicle, this might be a useful option. These parts are the fenders, chassis and bonnet. Finally, we have the wheels. There are 5 wheels here, 2 rear wheels and 3 front wheels. The extra wheel is meant to be mounted as a spare on the roof. I had planned to pinch these to make up some of the extra guns, but they don't match the smaller diameter wheels used on the gun carriages. So, that's a look inside the box of the Plastic Soldier Company's British 25-pounder and Morris quad tractor box set. There are some areas that will need a bit of clean-up, but these look like they'll build up into great kits. I'm looking forward to replacing my metal and resin guns with plastic. The 2 full sets of crew and the extra parts make this a very attractive and versatile kit. The Plastic Soldier Company also offer a version of this kit with Canadian military pattern tractors in place of the Morris quads. 25-pounders are standard for British forces, so these are sure to be popular in plastic. Battlefront have announced a plastic 25-pounder kit for 2017, so it will be interesting to compare them when they are released.